1,000% going to opt out of his contract. Now, Chapman, this is his age 31 season. He has 2 more years on his deal, both at $17.2 million. Chapman could opt out of that deal, and then we can deal with it once we get to free agency, and hopefully sign him again. But I mean, this may be to save face. This may be to have leverage in later talks this offseason with the Yankees. But Chapman then refuted those reports, saying that he has had discussions with nobody, that those reports are unfounded, that he is that he never had those discussions. I don't know. And obviously, I don't know Aroldis Chapman. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he didn't say. I don't know if he plans on opting out. I don't know if he plans on staying. Could he make that money being a free agent? Yes. But could he definitely lose money? Yes, he could as well. Now, guys like Craig Kimbrell had to wait so long to get their money. Aroldis Chapman, who's had some up and down seasons the past few years, I mean, he's been good as of late, but you don't know what you're going to get. Being a closer is a very finicky job. The age of Mariano Rivera is essentially over, where a guy is a closer for 10 years with the same team. I mean, obviously, I'm using the extreme example of Mariano Rivera. He pitched for the Yankees for 19 seasons, was a closer for 17 of them. So you're not going to find a lot of that, but he would have gotten he got his money whenever he's a free agent because he knew he was going to be good. Just as an example, Wade Davis of the Rockies has been horrible since his contract, and he was great with the Cubs, but he's been horrible with the Rockies. So we don't know what you're going to entirely get out of closers year to year sometimes. I mean, Brad Lidge had a perfect season with the 2008 Phillies and was out of baseball 5 years later. So it's a very difficult job to predict. Obviously, Aroldis Chapman has been great in his career as a closer, but you can lose it quick. You can lose it really quick. Like I said, the great ones are great for a reason because they can do it consistently and they can do it for a long time. That's why Gossage, Eckersley, Fingers, and Rivera, among others, Suter, are in the Hall of Fame because they did both those things. They were consistent and they were good. And then they had longevity. Longevity is an aspect in baseball that in closers you don't see a lot, especially with consistent dominance. Look, a guy like Zach Britton was great as a closer for a very long time, and even he lost his job, and even he's now setting up for the Yankees. So I don't know what Chapman's going to do. I can't predict what Chapman is going to do. But I would love to see him back. He's been a great closer, and he's definitely a stabilizing force in that bullpen. I mean, we have a great bullpen without him, but, I mean, another arm to add to this phenomenal bullpen is definitely not one to take for granted, and I would love to see him back in the Bronx if he decides to opt out. Hopefully he doesn't. We have him those 2 years. We don't have to worry about him any longer. But, hey, whatever happens, happens. We'll have to wait till September or October, hopefully October, maybe even November to find out, because this team looks like it's going to go deep into October and hopefully to November. So hopefully we don't have to wait. We don't have to worry about this for a long time. But with that, we will have to end today's episode of Pinstripe Talk. Again, I have been Anthony. As the great Billy Joel says, life is a series of hellos and goodbyes, and I'm afraid it's time for goodbye again. So long, everybody.